Hello everyone, this is the Nameless one. Today we're going over the Episode 7 highlights for Lost Memories. Before we do though, I would like to say that if you enjoy what we are doing and would like to support the channel, then check out my reward tiers at patreon.com/thenamelessone, link in the description. And thank you to those who already have. Without further ado, let's begin. Our only highlight for today is a series of clips following Vigil, Cyanax, and Moop as they explore the Cloudsdale ruins. Roll clip.
So, as you are looking over the Everfree, you spot something that looks terribly familiar.
Oh?
Yes. The cloud formations ahead look slightly different than usual.
I'll try to keep track of where the party is and see if I can get a closer look. Everyone, I'm just checking out these clouds. Just gonna check out these weird ass clouds. I'll be back in a minute.
As you go closer, you start to recognize the shapes of Pegasi cloud buildings. And it doesn't take you long to realize that this is what's left of Cloudsdale.
Oh.
Much to your relief, you do see ponies, all Pegasi, moving around the structures.
I go back down and tell the party that I've just found Cloudsdale.
I want to see it. I want to see it. I've heard a bunch of things about it, but I don't know anything about it. Can I see it?
Who wants to come with?
So you guys get to Cloudsdale's border. What do? You do not appear to have been noticed yet.
Rumors that there are pieces that I could technically walk on despite not having wings. That's true. I think they still have that.
Only one way to find out. I cautiously lower the dragon onto the cloud to see.
The cloud area that you're on appears to be what would have been like a grassy area if it were an actual city, and she promptly begins to sink through the cloud.
Catch me.
I quickly pull her back up. Well, that didn't work.
There are different textured clouds that would, if it was a real city, not a cloud city, make a road.
How about we try this section? This might be a little better.
Are you
Just do the same thing.
So as you lower Moop, it's springy, but it doesn't give way underneath her.
I started jumping.
Aha! This works.
At this point, you guys have garnered quite the crowd, and they're all gathered around staring at you. I haven't said anything but to you specifically, but you can hear murmuring.
Let's just head into the city and get away from all this.
Well, despite your attempts, you find that the crowd follows you as you move, and it isn't long before a larger pair of Pegasi kind of step in front of you, and speaking specifically to Petrol, say, "Who are you and what do you want here?"
Not gonna go into too much details, but sort of not from around here. We want to just check the place out. We mean no ill intent.
They look at you warily, and the one that looked at you like you were stupid tells you to stay out of trouble.
We'll try to avoid it at all costs.
As you wander around, you go to where you think you might have seen an administration building at some point in the past, and it kind of looks like something just ripped a big hole in the cloud. You can almost taste the tangy, as if something had been electrified in this area. So, where to next, Petrol?
I'm going to try and find the nearest guard to hopefully help me out.
From where you're sitting, you don't actually see any guards, but what you do see is a dexterity check that you need to make now. It looks like a very speedy Pegasus headed straight for him.
Very fast.
So you narrowly avoid getting hit by said Pegasus as she rockets past you. Petrol, would you like to pursue said Pegasus that nearly ran you down?
Yeah, why not?
She is just out of reach right now. The both of you are moving at a pretty incredible speed for a Pegasus at the moment. So you managed to actually overtake her. What do? You are both still going at a breakneck speed.
I am yelling in the background. G2 gets
Is there any sort of signature landmark that could mark as a finishing point?
So you do see what appears to be a lone house on a cloud. You do recognize the shambles of what was at one point the cloud factory.
I'm gonna make that small little house as the finishing point, and the moment I get there, I'm gonna just go straight up.
So you managed to stay abreast for a little while, but she's recognized where you have placed the finish line and has doubled her speed compared to yours, and you are getting left in her contrail. You do manage to overtake her. You are now at the house. What do?
I slowly go up and slow down.
She actually just lands and watches you. What do?
I'm going to dive straight down next to where the other Pegasus is and land.
She looks at you and asks, says, "Not bad, Blue. Where'd you learn to fly like that?"
Well, I guess I've had a lot of practice over the years.
She grins and tells you that her name is Cloudflash.
Vigil, nice to meet you.
She enthusiastically shakes her hoof before pointing at the house and asks, "So you know where this is, right?"
Not exactly. It's been a while since I was last here. Something slipped my mind like that.
She looks at you incredulously and says, "This is the house of the Rainbow Dash."
That's right. I knew there was a reason why I made this our finishing point. Before we go inside Cloud Flash, I need to quickly pick up some of my friends. I'll be back in just a moment.
Petrol, you hear the squeal of a panicking Moop, followed by since they're close enough, you also hear a loud thwap as the changeling is sent spinning out in the middle of nowhere. So you and your Cloudflash both jump off at the same time. Cloudflash heads for the changeling, and you head for Moop and manage to snatch them up before they can fall too far.
See, I got you. You have a point. Well,
She left us! Look, this could have been completely avoided!
I just
Well,
imagine
Pegasus being Pegasus.
So, this is where you were running off to? Why did you have to fly so fast and so this?
So Cloudflash looks at you and says, "This is Rainbow Dash's home," in a very insulted tone.
Rainbow Dash? Excuse me, am I supposed to know who Rainbow Dash is?
She's sort of a big.
It rings a bell, but honestly, I cannot remember that well.
So through all of that, she gives you this absolutely shocked look, and you get a Pinkie Pie level of dialogue spewed at you about Rainbow Dash. I do not talk that fast, nor do I have anything prepared to do so. So, Petrol and Ellis, actually, you realize that this is not just a Rainbow Dash fan. This is a Scootaloo level Rainbow Dash fan. So, what do?
Okay. What would be the point of racing to this place anyway? What's the point of all that flying? Still didn't answer that one, huh?
Well, she looks at you and says, "Well, obviously I was practicing for doing a sonic rainbow," and she kind of puffs up. You know, that I'm the big bird now kind of reaction from birds. Yeah, that's
you
the-
see their chest floof up.
Yeah, basically that.
Sonic Rainbow?
You're
Be that old legend?
there's been several performed during what would have been your lifetime. So
For dragon, I'm not into that pony stuff. That's the thing.
yeah, but those are shown to have incredibly large areas of effect. So you would have at
They
least
could be
seen
hidden
and
from-
heard of it.
Miles away.
Yeah. And there's been ones that have been performed over the ocean, which would, technically speaking, be close enough to the Dragonlands that it would at least have been of note. They would have caught the outer edges of it. You would have at least known that it existed. But as far as you're aware, there's only been one person or one pony able to do it.
You really think you're able to do it? Do you know how rare that thing is? And
It's at this point that she kind of you basically just deflated her ego as she's like, I'm practicing.
I kind of noticed it, and I just have this look of like, oh shit. I was like, well, it's a good thing you've been practicing. At your rate, you might actually do it.
This seems to kind of re-bolster her
Bravado.
her bravado a bit, and she nods and says, I just need to practice a little bit harder. And
You should also practice a bit safer too, because if you get other people involved, there's no way you're gonna cause more harm. So yeah, just please keep that one in notes.
she points a hoof at Vigil and says, it's not my fault he was in the way.
Well, you sort of did challenge me to a race by coming right towards me.
She looks at Moop and says, he gets it.
Is that just a Pegasus thing?
Of course it is. Cloud Flash, how's this place still fine whilst everyone else has sort of fallen to shit?
She grins and says, one word, mobility. And she swoops out the window, and the entire building lurches as she shoves against it. And it slowly begins to move forward before she stops it and flies back in.
Right.
Honestly, that is really cool.
She nods and says, that's the only way we've actually managed to survive, though. Especially with that one god engine.
God engine.
One gunner.
Yeah. We had a unicorn once while we were flying over the new equestrian monarchy. Told us that it was called the lightning god. Or something like that. Every time we get near it, it tries to shoot us out of the sky.
Ooh. Honestly, that is not something I would ever want to mess with.
She shrugs and says, I guess we kind of earned it by trying to hit it with lightning.
Yeah, he sort of did ask for it.
Yeah, but that was like 100 years ago. It hasn't given up since.
Yikes.
Well, apparently, those god engines don't exactly forgive and forget. So, seeing as it's been so long since I've been here, and the other two with us haven't exactly been here before, do you mind showing us around?
Her eyes light up and she basically drags you out the door with that.
Well,
And-
I hope you realize
Yes, we
one
can
of us
totally.
can't fly at all.
She comes back.
That's alright, I got you.
She beats you to it. She is now carrying Moop yet again at breakneck speed as she is dragging you. And Ellis, good luck trying to keep up.
I'm just gonna cling on to our dear petrol here and go along, because there's no way.
And that's all we have time for today. I would like to say a big thank you to Forever Free Brony for the intro and outro. Also a special thanks to my Priest tier patrons. Sawtooth Waves, Ellis Xander, Solar Scripture, Haxrose, and Cameo Shadowness. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our streams and uploads. Everyone have a great day and drink water.